This childhood photo is bittersweet nostalgia because it forces me to evaluate the initial relationship of everyone that's in this photo versus our relationship now. I'm the little girl in the back of my grandmother. My eldest brother, Stetson, he's the little boy smiling to the left. And to the right, frowning, is my little brother, Jeremy. The depiction of me and my grandmother, it speaks for exactly how close we are to this day. The facial expressions of my brothers speak for who they are to this day. Stetson is a happily successful young man, and Jeremy has a lot of anger that is misdirected. Me and my grandmother have always had a close relationship. She was my introduction to Christianity. She had a huge impact on my spiritual journey. And the smile on my brother Stetson's face is a representation of his character. He's always been full of life, studious and adventurous, in which I was envious of. So I've always tried to make people see a bad side of him. On the other hand, the frown on my brother Jeremy's face is a representation of how he's always been, angry and negative, which caused me to feel obligated to protect him. So we grew up very close, but we grew apart because of his misdirected anger, which hindered our relationship. My grandmother has always been straightforward with me. She helped me to open my eyes to religion, spirituality, optimism, unconditional love, and the road to happiness. When I need a holy sabbatical, I go away to Georgia to visit my grandmother for long periods of time. My grandmother is more than my family. She's also my best friend. She keeps me encouraged. She keeps me on the right track through fellowship. Stetson's all about family orientation. A successful businessman. He's always pursuing higher learning. He's always been a prime example for us to follow, academically, business-wise, and sociably. Because of my mischief and my ignorance, me and Stetson didn't have a relationship while growing up. Instead of being influenced by his attributes, I focused on trying to find reasons for people to be less fond of him. As I began to change for the better, me and Stetson began to grow a bond, continually, and enhance our relationship. Jeremy grew up pretty angry and lost, which can be seen when looking at him. Because he was bullied growing up, he tries to make up for it by taking his anger out on safe people that doesn't reciprocate his abuse, and I'm one of those safe people. Growing up, me and Jeremy had an extremely close relationship because we were so much alike, even more because I was his protector. As I began to change for the better, though, we began to grow apart. His outlook began to clash with my newfound outlook. I love Jeremy, but I keep my distance so that he won't interrupt my peace and my progress.